Hi, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean. Pardon me. And I'm looking forward to guiding you through today's Tabata hit circuit. Looks like I need to adjust the camera a teeny bit if possible. Nope. You get what you get and you don't get upset. And that is the way it is. All right. So we're going to get started in just about 2 minutes. So I just want to make sure that you have a moment or so to gather anything that you need for today's class. And then we're just ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know what I'm saying? Um, you don't have to have weights for today's moves. Pretty much promise you're going to feel something, but I do recommend, if possible, bringing weights, particularly for the tricep focus portion. And I'm also going to suggest that you bring a variety of weights. So I'm going to be working with probably some 3 pounders. I'm going to do my best to get through with 3 pounders, but I might switch to my ones. And then also probably a 5 or maybe even an 8 for the second half of triceps. So really encouraging that you have some different weight options for yourself today. We're going to get started standing. Um, so that's why I have my mat tucked over to the side. And I'll give you just 1 more minute, grab some water, maybe turn on some music. Maybe just let me adjust this one more time. Sorry about that, everybody. Looks like you'll still easily be able to see my mat and my amazing head. It's no longer being cut out of the frame. Great. I'm going to grab myself some water and then we will begin with a quick warm up. I hope everyone had a great weekend, whatever you got into. It was a very cold, wet, and semi lonely weekend here in the District of Columbia because I feel like almost everyone I know has or has recently come into contact with someone with the vid. So spent a lot of time with my favorite person, me. And now I'm ready to get weird with you. Doesn't that sound great? Cool. Gonna start my timer, synchronize those watches. All right, and let's get up away from your desk, coming back to starting my favorite way with just some lateral side to side step taps and a couple of really big shoulder rolls. Let's go ahead and actually separate those shoulder rolls, bring a little bit more Robert Palmer girl action into this move and start to lead a little bit more with that elbow. So we're getting a little bit more warm in the body, maybe rotating a little more towards the back, and then big arms. Get that nice big swing. I know you guys can see Fred. Fred is taking a bath with us today. What? How exciting. Yep, giving herself a little birdie bath. All right, so let's go ahead and switch to some hamstring curls and some shoulder squeezes. Think about keeping that knee pointed down towards the floor so you can actually feel a little something. Also opening that hip and in the quad. Plus, we're warming up for those push-ups that are coming our way. Let's get 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're going to stick with this and turn it into a knee drive. Here we go. So just nice and wide knee drive. Just 2 8 counts. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, take a moment, just shake it out. Let's just jog here or march in place. Whichever you're doing, I want you to think about getting that heel all the way back down towards the floor. Because I know a lot of times when I'm jogging here in my apartment, it is like so calf centric and just staying up on the balls of my feet. But work to press that heel all the way down right now. Sticking with this for just about 20 more seconds. You got it. If by 20 more seconds, I mean we're sticking with this little static jog for 10 more seconds, and we're going to add in a little bit of forward and back just to really make sure that we're warming ourselves up. Ready? So come on forward. Howdy doody for about a 4 count, and then come on back. If you want, you can even go forward narrow and come back a little bit wider. I want you to have a little bit of fun here, just warming yourself up. We got 15 seconds left of some sort of marching movement. I'm going to take some diagonals here. Woo! Awesome. And then slow it down here at the back. Maybe it's just me. Feeling tense lately. Feeling tense. My lower back is hurting. So let's make sure that we really create some length in that spine. Warm up the back of the legs. We're going to do a modified sun salutation. So feet either side by side or hips width distance apart. Bend your knees. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, relax your arms down. We're going to do that same thing 2 more times. Slight bend of the knees if you want. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Really work to try and touch the walls, touch the ceiling. One more time. Let's inhale those arms up. This time we're going to pull our belly in and swan dive or rain down towards the floor. You can take a generous bend in your knees if you need to. When you get lower, inhale, lift yourself up into that half lift. Nice long spine length through the crown of your head, flat back. Exhale down into your forward fold. Hang out here for 2 breaths. And on that third inhale, we're going to slowly roll ourselves up. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms down by our side. One more time, getting that big total body stretch. Bend knees, inhale, arms up, pull your belly in. Exhale, rain fingers or swan dive down towards the floor. Inhale into a nice long half lift, find length, stretch your glutes towards the back of the room. Exhale, back down to your forward fold while keeping those feet flat on the floor. Option to bend one knee and then the other, get a little bit more movement through the hips, a little in the glutes. All right, find your static stillness once again. Generously bend your knees if you need to. Bring your weight to your heels, and then slowly roll yourself up. We're going to get to warm up quite a bit more with move number 1 for the day, which is why I do not have my mats rolled out. You having a good time, Fred? You look beautiful. Beautiful. So we're going to start our first actual round of the day with a nice little squat into a back lunge, back to our squat and back lunge. I'm going to admit my low back is unhappy. So I'm going to take things a little bit easier, but you're here to find the challenge for yourself. So if you need a little bit more from this move, maybe you add in a jump squat. Or maybe you just go a little faster or a little lower than I'm going to be doing because it's your workout, so you need to make it your own. We're going to alternate which leg steps back each time we do our squat. Ooh. And if you want to hold some weights in your hands, you can absolutely hold some weights in your hands. Maybe you just hold one weight in your hand. I'm going to do round 1, no weights, just continue to warm up. And then I'll see how I'm feeling. And I encourage you to do the same for rounds 2, 3, and 4. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So a nice squat and then step back to a lunge, squat, lunge. While you're squatting, keep the weight in those heels. As this time moves on a little bit more. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer. Like I said, I'm keeping things pretty light for myself today because my lower back is unhappy with me. Why, lower back? I love you so much. I'm so good to you. So I'm particularly taking it a little easier on those lunges. I know I'm moving slower today, and that's okay. Because remember, I'll take a break. Every day is different. We're just doing the best that we can for the bodies we have today. All right, for round two, I'm going to grab some weights. I'm going to try having them at my shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So still squat, that step back and step back. Oh my gosh. So now that I'm using these weights, I'm going to move a little bit slower and more mindfully, really making sure that I have my body weight in my heels to control that lift and lower in the squat. I think having these weights at the shoulders is a little much for me today, but I wanted to make sure to demo it as an option for you. Woo! Okay, I'm going to put one of these weights down. Next round, I'm going to hold it right here at my chest or down here for a little goblet squat action. Shaking out that lower back. Ready? 3, 2, go for it. So nice squat into a back lunge. I think it's easier at the chest. Squat, back lunge. And you can see I also have changed up my squat style. I know I started with a much more narrow squat into that back lunge. For me, it's a little bit easier to get this goddess squat. So maybe I'll switch to a little more of a curtsy lunge. Because it's all about honoring what your body can do today. I know I'm going to feel better, take a break, for having done something as opposed to just laying around and doing nothing at all, which does not feel good for me. One more round, one more round. We can do it. One more round. Get psyched. Tell yourself that you can do it. You're worth it. Plant your feet and let's go. So every time I plant my feet, I'm also working to do so as quietly as possible. So I'm using that strength, not just allowing speed to help me to find the motion, and then being intentional in my movement or lack of movement for today. We got 10 seconds left. You're amazing. I'm so proud of you for coming here and doing your best, no matter what it looks like. We made it. Whew, great, 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 great. Grab a quick sip of water if you want. Next up, we're coming on down to the floor. We got some push-ups. We're going to alternate our push-ups. Hold on, let me tuck my shirt in. My favorite, y'all. You know I love tucking a good shirt in. I hate tucking my shirt in. All right. I discourage you from tucking your shirt in at home, because one of my favorite things to do when I'm exercising myself is, like, honestly be real with how my body looks, because how my body looks is whatever. What my body can do, now that's what's important. All right, so we're going to give ourselves a push-up, and then we're going to turn it to a forward reach. You can do whatever kind of push-up you want. Because my back hurts, I'm going to stay right here in tabletop for the push-up portion. Here for the push-up, and then we're going to reach one hand forward, and then push up, and then alternate, reach the other hand forward for round one. You can make that forward reach more challenging by simply stepping your legs out into a plank, or even if you're doing push-ups on your knees, Still pressing up into that plank, and then going for some sort of a forward reach. Maybe you're not reaching for a high object. Maybe you're just gently tapping in front of you to really challenge your core stability. As you find that reach forward, the best you can, hips stay spread towards the floor, so we're not rotating too much side to side in that plank. Ready? We start in 3, 2, 1. Begin. So finding that nice push up, chest is leading down towards the floor, and then some sort of a forward reach or just a nice little forward tap. Whatever you're doing, you are moving with control and with intention. We got a down dog move coming up in a little bit. So as you come into these planks, really consider that your hips are in line with or slightly below those shoulders. Take a break. I'm going to come off my wrist for a sec. So we're going to change up round 2. Instead of going for that forward reach, we're going to go for a push up and then alternating leg lift. So either from right here, or once again, you can step into your plank and just gently lift a heel. Ready? Begin. So going for that push up and either just pressing a heel out or into that push up, step back into a little heel lift. So a little something for everyone. 3 seconds left. 2, 1. I bet you did your best. Awesome. We're going to do each of those moves one more time. So coming back into your push up with either a forward tap or a forward reach. Ooh, give my wrists a little stretch. We start in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Think about these push-ups too. Even if you're right here with me in tabletop, I'm not just going through the motion of getting that push up in. I'm really thinking about where should I be feeling this push up, and you should be feeling some push up in your chest. Perhaps you feel it quite a bit in that upper back as well. Depending on where your hands are placed, you might feel it a lot in your shoulders or in your triceps. 3, 2, 1. Great. Take a break one more time through, focusing on those legs, and then we're going to lay down on our bellies and start to get in our tricep work. In 4, 3, 2, 1. So get that push up. So we're getting a little bit of chest work and we're getting a little bit of low back work here as well. Even if you're staying right here in tabletop or from a knee drive to get this back leg extension, you're pretty much doing like half of a bird dog. Tune back into that push-up. Don't just go through the motion with control. Lower and lift for 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Shake your hands out for just a second, and then let's lay down on our bellies. All right, I'm bringing my light weights to this next one. It's a sleeper. It creeps up on you. So I'm just starting with my ones. All right, palms are going to face up towards the ceiling. And you can go ahead and kiss your mat. From here, we're going to pulse our hands up towards the sky. And it's just a continuous pulse, but I want you to think about squeezing shoulder blades together and your hands pulsing gently above your glutes and then right back to about like the center of your booty. So not coming all the way down towards the floor. So there's like a constant tension that's also going to happen for your upper back. We've only got 2 rounds on our bellies, and we're going to change the move up each time. So first round is just this pulse up. Ready? Palms face towards the ceiling in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So just pulse, little pulses. I just have the weights resting in my hands palms. And every exhale is just a quick little pulse up. Shoulders are pulled down away from your ears. And even these 1 pounds are starting to get a little bit tired. Press your pelvis towards the mat. I'd recommend pressing, take a break, the top of the feet into the mat as well, so that your posterior chain is engaged. It'll help to take a little pressure off that lower back. This time, palms are going to stay lifted, and we're just going to go in and then right back to that starting position. So thumbs coming in towards each other in 3, 2, 1. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. 2, kneecaps are gently lifted. Shoulder blades are seated around the spine. Squeezing those shoulders in. Using that exhale to just pulse it right here. You can think about this as a little tricep warm up. What's going on with that posterior chain? Is it still firing up? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, we did it. All right. We're going to grab a heavier weight. If you have one, turn over. Oh, we're not even going to turn over yet. We're going to come right into kneeling to begin with. So just a nice kneeling extension. Ready? 3, 2, here we go. So palms are facing in to the center line of the body. And you got those elbows nice and high. These weights are a little heavy for me today, so I'm just going to switch it out, because I'd rather have that slightly higher elbow drive. And you notice I'm not rounding through the back here. Got to hinge forward from the hips. Woo! And the more that you hinge forward, the more challenging this is going to feel as well. We get to lay down on our backs for a round right after this. 3, 2, 1. Great. I'm going to switch to a slightly heavier weight for these skull crushers here at the end. So turn over, lay down on your back. You can go for more of a French press with hands at your chest and then bringing those hands right towards your shoulders, or bring that diagonal to your arms and crush the top of your head. Your choice. Let's go ahead and get started. Move with control. If your 2 weights feel too heavy, think about bringing your hands palms together for a little bit more control. But I like the idea of really getting each tricep burning, I should say, instead of maybe letting your more dominant side take over. What's happening with your lower back? I noticed mine was arching off the floor. So taking a moment to press that lower back down. This is our last round of tricep. Woo! All right. We got 2 moves left for the day, everyone. Next up, we're going to go for a down dog mountain climber. So we're going to get to have a little bit of fun. If pressing all the way up into down dog is not for you, you can stay right here in tabletop and just extend a leg and then tap that knee towards your elbow. So either extend out or maybe you tap down to be even kinder to yourself and then pull in, work to tap that elbow. We're going to stick with 1 leg at a time. Otherwise, we're going to press up into down dog, a nice little 3-legged dog, and then shoulders shift on top of hand swabs as knee draws towards that elbow. Ready? Let me grab my timer. We start in 3, 2, 1. So from down dog, three-legged dog. Shift shoulders forward, knee comes towards elbow, and then back to that three-legged dog. Work to keep your chest and hips squared to the mat. And if you needed that modification, you're just right down here in tabletop, extending that leg behind you or tapping it to the floor, and then pulling it all the way forward and bringing a little round into your back if you're in tabletop. To try to tap that knee to your elbow. You got this. Take a break. Awesome. Let's switch to the other side, and then we'll switch back. Oh, my allergies are saying hello to me. Hello to me today. All right, ready? Press yourself up into that down dog or take your tabletop, other leg, three-legged dog. Try not to open up that hip to the side. Shift the weight forward and then shift the weight back. You can move at whatever pace feels good for you. I'm enjoying this nice stretch into the hamstring. Moving nice and slow, but staying consistent. Less than 10 seconds to go. Take a break. One more time on each side, and then just one more move after this. Last move, we get to lay down on our back. Oh, I'm going to give myself a quick little cat-cow. Oh, yeah, feels so good. All right, tuck your toes under, send your hips up. Other side, here we go. So three-legged dog, then shift the weight forward, shoulders on top of hands, palms, as you draw that knee forward like a mountain climber. Work to create as much length and extension as you can. So as you come back into that down dog, bringing those biceps closer towards your ears and your lower belly closer towards the thigh of that leg that's still down on the ground. Just about 10 seconds left. Keeping those hips as square as you can down to your mat. Oh, take a break. How's that feel? Starts to get a little hard, doesn't it? Starts to get a little hard. All right, 10 more seconds of this break. Start to tuck your toes under. Send your hips up. Opposite foot down. Here we go. Last time through. Oh, the stretch in the calf is amazing. I feel like we could have done almost all of these moves in a core and stretch class as well. Especially this one. Wow. You made it. Awesome. Release those knees down towards the floor. Bring some weights with you if you would like. Turning over onto our back for our last move. I'm gonna be smart for my body today. Bring these fives. So we're starting off simplest version, dead bug. Ugh. Low back glued down towards the mat, arms up overhead. You do not have to have weights. We're going to alternate between bent leg, tapping a knee down, bringing it right back up, and then bent leg, tapping a knee down, bringing it right back up. You can get your lats involved as well. Opposite arm is moving with opposite leg. If that's too much for you, just focus on getting this alternate toe tap down towards the floor. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Begin. So either just holding your hands up towards the sky and alternating with these toe taps right here. Low back stays firmly pressed towards the mat, or opposite arm is moving with opposite leg, and nothing is slamming down towards the floor. Everything is moving with control. What? Oh, it beeped. No, it did not beep. What is your limiting range of motion for today? For me, I feel a lot of tightness for this one in the shoulders, and that's where I'm controlling the movement the most. Sorry, take a break, take a break. We're going to stick with pretty much that same exact option, but if you want to make it harder, we're going to extend our leg out from, yeah, let's do that. We'll just extend one leg out, bring it back in, extend the opposite leg out, bring it back in. You can even really press through that heel as you extend your leg. Maybe you even lift your head and shoulders up off of the mat for a little bit more upper ab work. Now, take a break. Now, if you've done these with me before, you might know that the next progression that we're going to add is everything extending at the same time. So we're going to do right and left, left and right, and then everything comes out into a nice hollow body hold. Glue your lower back down towards the mat. Lift those legs up into tabletop, arms up. Here we go. Opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite arm, opposite leg. Both arms, both legs, getting everything as close to the floor as you can. Opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite arm, opposite leg. Everything together, everything back in. Make sure that your lower back isn't coming up off of the mat. If your lower back is coming up off of the mat, maybe you kick those heels a little higher towards the sky. Maybe you slightly decrease that range of motion while you're working on building that core strength. Take a break. If you're ready for even more, we're going to go for a bit of a suitcase crunch. I'm going to put my weights down because they're feeling a little much for me. Actually, I'm going to hold on to one weight. So everything's going to extend. Everything's going to come in. It's going to stick with that range of motion for the very last round. Begin. Or you can do the same thing we were just doing, where whichever one of those options felt like the best amount of challenge that was feasible for you today. This is our last move of the day. So I want you to be giving it your all. I want you to feel a little bit tired. We want to be getting towards the end of this and feeling like, whoo, oh my gosh, thank God. I'm not sure I could have done many more reps. We're trying to get that awesome muscular fatigue. Do you feel it? I was feeling it. Put your weights down, draw your knees in towards your chest, glue your lower back down towards the mat. Maybe a slight little tuck of your chin to your chest to get more of the back of your head down on the floor. Relax through your shoulders. Go ahead, send the soles of the feet up towards the sky for a little bit of happy baby. Maybe you grab holds behind your knees. Maybe you can reach up and grab a toe. Maybe you're holding onto your pants. Maybe you extend your legs and come into a little bit more of a big toe stretch. Get this gentle or intense hip opener that works for you. Thought I saw a spider, but it was just my bracelet. And if it feels good, you can rock gently side to side. Feels great, I think. Which makes me think maybe we need a little bit more hamstring stretching here. So release the soles of the feet back down towards the floor. Keep one leg bent. Extend the opposite leg up towards the ceiling. And you can interlace your hands either behind your thigh or maybe you gently grab hold behind the calf. Awesome. Release that foot down. Let's switch. Get that opposite leg. Find the hold that works for you. And on your exhale, bring that leg back down as well. We're going to roll on over, come into tabletop. Oh my gosh. Give yourself a couple of cat cows right here. Really focus on separating through the shoulders. Oh, excuse me. And then bringing your chest forward closer to your biceps as you find that rounding of your low back. And the good news, bad news, everyone, is that's pretty much all the time that we have for today. So I hope that you agree that you're worth sticking around for an extra minute or two to stretch. However, if you don't have that extra minute or two right now, remember you can get some great stretches while you're at your desk, taking some nice seated spine twists, getting a nice figure four stretch to open your hips. And if you don't have time with me right now, or maybe you do have time, but you want to feel extra good. Set a timer for yourself. Make a little 5-minute meeting for yourself later and take those 5 minutes to either stand up and take some forward folds, or maybe having your hands on your desk as you just stretch yourself back, even while seated in the chair. It's going to feel so good, so smart for your recovery. Go ahead, tuck your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling. Ooh, pedal through your heels. Give a little love to your calves. And then as you're ready, walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Take a moment here in your dangle to transfer the weight into your heels, and maybe your belly sandwiches more on your thighs. Shake your head, yes. Ooh, shake your head, no. Slowly roll yourself up. At the top, inhale your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. If you can, if not, just back the fingers onto your glutes and squeeze your elbows towards each other. If you can, interlace your fingers, knuckles stretch down towards the floor, and shoulder blades start to squeeze in. Because we did get some chest and back work here. Release those hands, interlace them at the front. Oh, press those palms forward. Inhale, lift yourself up. Ooh, let's give ourselves a couple hugs in each direction and finish off with a shoulder stretch on each side. So just one arm comes over. Make sure you're not pressing exactly on the elbow, drawing your shoulder towards your chin. Sometimes I think this feels good too. If you draw your shoulder away from your chin, get a little bit more of that upper back versus shoulder. Find what feels right for you. If shoulders come towards chin, maybe a little extra twist here. Fred, you look gorgeous. You look gorgeous after your bath. I see you got things nice and wet. Open those arms to the side and then opposite direction. So either bringing chin to your shoulder, or if that upper back is really what's hurting, squeezing that shoulder blade in and creating a little extra space. If chin is towards shoulder, you want to take this extra twist. Great. Inhale yourself back to center. Let's bring those arms up overhead one more time. And exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Thank you so much for sticking around for the extra 5 minutes right now so that you can feel your best self throughout the rest of the day. I still encourage you to set a 5-minute meeting in your personal calendar for you time. If you have any questions or concerns about anything I said or we did, you can reach out. I look forward to seeing you again on Wednesday. I'll probably stream class early once again because hopefully no jury duty. And we do have the on-campus 5K, which is not too late to sign up for. Fast Jump Fitness for more information, and have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody.